The Sacramento Kings will head south just a little bit here. The Kings, you know what? One of the surprise teams that were, surprisingly enjoyable. The Kings have been a miserable team to follow for, it seems like decades now. But they really kind of turned things around last season. They were a ton of fun to watch, played at a super fast pace. De'Aaron Fox really came into his own. Buddy Hield getting buckets out there for them. Team certainly on the rise, and they've got some young talent with Marvin Bagley. Some good things here. Things are kind of looking up for the Sacramento Kings, and then they retained Harrison Barnes, who I thought was a good get for them last season. Maybe you can argue that it's a bit much to give for him. I also like the addition of Dwayne Dedmon. I think he's a nice rangy center, and again, even if maybe you did overpay a little bit, but for the Kings to go play in Sacramento, you're going to have to overpay players a little bit, just to kind of pay that Kings tax. But overall, I think this is still going to be another fun team this season. Adding Trevor Ariza, Corey Joseph, some good pieces, but again, I think they overpaid for most of the players they brought in. But still, I think this is going to be an exciting team once again.
Yeah, what I like about it is they only overpaid a little bit for all those guys.
It wasn't a lot.
Maybe Barnes, that one maybe. But, again, go back to what I said about Andrew Wiggins. Harrison Barnes can score. Scoring still has value. To win games, you need to score. Like, this is, one of those things I don't mind when teams do this. This is, perfectly fine. And the good thing is Barnes' deal is declining. Ariza has come out. Ariza's deal is really a 1 year, $14 million deal because there's only $1.8 million guaranteed on that second year. Dedmon's is 13.3 flat, Joseph 12, and then 12.6. That's fine. All these deals are fine. They also grab Rashawn Holmes, who, that might be a little overkill up front. Now you've got all sorts of bigs.
Right.
But, with the way teams are resting guys and spotting guys, and Bagley had a couple injury issues, there. So, this team, I think, has a chance to really take that step forward. I think just what hurts them is it feels like everybody else in the West either got better and no one really got worse.
Right.
So I think that's what they're facing now. But I like that they, kind of pushed forward without doing something really silly and dumb. Like they didn't go, all right, well, we're going to spend all our money on this one guy and, really, really get in there. There's all these talks about Tobias Harris.
Right.
Well, I like the combination of Barnes and Dedmon, or Barnes and Joseph, or however you want to look at that, or even Ariza, Joseph, and Dedmon together. I like that. Those three better than paying Harris, the one max contract. I think, that shows good decision making. And I think this, is a team where now, they have a chance, under Luke Walton. We'll, see how his situation resolves. But got all kinds of pieces that he can mix and match here. They can play a lot of different ways, and I think as long as they continue to push the ball and play up tempo, that they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, they are going to play fast. They're going to be fun to watch. I don't see them as necessarily a playoff team, but they're that team that, look, any given Wednesday night, they're going to catch some teams, and they're going to just outrun teams, and that's going to be an issue.
And somebody who we think is going to be really good is going to have injuries, and they're just not going to come together the way we think. And Sacramento's going to be right there knocking on the door to try to get into the playoffs.